What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 32 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Kroq-Gar campaign. So as we saw last time, the tale of Clan Moors has come to an end, with their heads rolling at Karak-Azul and giving one more vermin flail to one more army, and the most important army at that. So I'm pretty happy with that result, even if we don't get the same on Tic Tac. Frankly, his army isn't really all that expensive. His own reductions on the pterodons and such are sufficient, and even then, pterodons are a fairly cheap unit, all things considered, especially considering how effective they are. Anyway, now that we've taken Clan Moors out, Kroq is free to do something else, and there are several things that we need to, but I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to send him to the Dragon Isles to fight Kugath. One, Kugath I believe has a nice defeat trade, but two, the Dragon Isles belong to us, and three, it is a victory objective, so we do have to head over there. Plus, we still are not yet fighting Kairos, but, well, it's an easy path down from the Dragon Isles towards Kairos if we want to head down that way, or upwards towards the Gold Tooth to help Cathay out, because Cathay is in trouble. They're very much in trouble, and the Lokir is just wrecking face here. Let's see. 5 and 6 settlements apiece, whereas the Lokir has, I think he had like 20 or something like that. 16. Yeah, still pretty good. And his strength rank is 3, and Cult of Pleasure's strength rank is 4, yeah. And Dark Elves are quite strong in this SFO patch. But anyway, we'll see about that. And you know what? Since we've actually found both Cathians, we no longer need you here, Gruckox. In fact, I would prefer it if you didn't find any more factions out here that might cause us issues and randomly declare war on us. Speaking of factions, let's do a little bit of Diplo. We did most Diplo last time, but there's one thing I wanted to do, and that was to declare war on Sylvania. And the reason I want to do this is because Ironbrow's expedition and Karazakarak both will also declare war with us, and they both don't like them very much, so they'll do this. Then, once we're done this, we're gonna pay Imric something, or give him the Tower of Gorgoth in order to get him to join war. Alright, he's still at war with the Bordalo errand. Minus 118. And minus 06, not so bad against Sylvania. 3,000. You know, maybe we'll wait a turn, then we'll do that after. I'm sure he'd be willing. And I also want to check how much it would cost for these guys to do the same thing. Sylvania, 0.6, about 2.5k. Well, that's not so bad either. You know what, let's do it. These guys are not at war with enough factions, and the thing that concerns me about that very much is the fact that if they get too strong, they're just going to get into a fight with Imric. And we're still trying to play matchmaker, as somebody said in the comments here, between the dwarves and the elves. So we're going to continue that until, or possibly, if they do, get into a war with each other. Anyway, Sokarismate, you're heading out to Kroq-Gar. You need to take his Kroxagors, his blessed Kroxagors, and transfer them down to Kowal, who is going to have our more or less Kroxagor army. This also means that Kroq, you need to stay here for a turn, I guess. Yeah. Alright. You stay here. Well, I guess this won't cause you all that much pain in terms of the movement range. And ooh, while we're here, Tolex, you are going to get Sacred Adornments and more Revered Leader. So cheaper Kroxagor, or cheaper Saurus rather, combat reflexes and ferocity of age, and Commence the Massacre. Very nice. And the fact that we're stacking Commence the Massacre is yet another reason why I do want Horned Ones in the in Kroq-Gar's army, in addition to the regular Saurus. And they will benefit quite a bit from the Commence the Massacre, plus Ferocity of the Age as well. Especially as I believe the Horned Ones have a splash attack, don't they? Yeah, area attacks, so more weapon strength for them, more charge bonus, gonna make them pretty crazy. Lovely. Alrighty, well, Kroq and Co., you guys can stay here until you're ready to go next turn. Tic Tac, you are moving out once again towards Iron Rock or Birkvar, or whatever it is you can reach, and Pyroxy is moving out as well. Can't wait to try out the Pyro army proper. Kanos Kier, you guys, you have things to do yourselves, and you're gonna head up here to the Black Tower of Arcan. We are probably going to be attacking the dwarves. And yeah, well, it'll hurt a little bit, but whatever. Alright, up you go. And wait, Dicky Dick, you were supposed to join this army, weren't you? You can just move with them for now. You have to take out the Kroq-Gar leader, which is you, Durandar. You can't leave the army. Alright, fine. We'll do it next turn. I mean, I guess Dicky Dick probably doesn't belong in this army either, but it's better than nothing. Mostly because I want to lure up the heavens with the Sora Spears, as their battle line sort of tactics lends itself very well to using the lure up the heavens and dropping comets and lightnings and other things on the enemy. Anyway, Gorok, 'tis your turn, my friend, and you have a point, at least one, to assign. What are we looking at here? You could get another point in Mighty Opponent, but honestly, it's probably not worth our time right now. I mean, we could start going through Geomantic Sustenance, or we could keep going through this. I mean, we probably will level the Blessed Saurus fairly soon. And he'll probably have at least a few Basties. We're not going to keep the Pterodon Riders with Fireleech Bolas in his army, though they do work very, very well with him. But I do want armies that are not all focused on Fireleech Bolas. Though I do love them. You know what, let's go for Beast Driver. It'll buff up Stegs, and it'll also buff up Ancient Sallies and Feral Troglodons as well. Somebody did ask for the Pale Death to be put into the into Gorok's army, which I guess we could do. It's a little bit over-expensive for the value that it provides, and frankly, early game, well, mid-game, mid and early game, the goal is essentially to outvalue your opponents, which means using the cheapest stuff that you can, which the Fireleech Bolas do pretty great at. Oh, wow, there's another army here. I didn't see that. It's also full of peasants. What the heck are these guys doing? Alright, let's give the rest of these points, and then we'll either attack or move in or something. We'll do something. You are looking good, Lord Schultep. How close are you to Carnosaur? 3 more turns, or 3 more levels, rather? Let's get you commune with the beasts, or with beasts, rather. And then you, Skink Chief Crest, who is only temporarily in this army, but we'll keep leveling it while we are. I mean, I guess we could get you Slippery for now, so let's get Jungle Toxins, even though it doesn't give you much value since your range attack already has poison. Alright, now, Gorok. You cannot reach Margot. You can reach Etchi. The question is, do we actually want to? If we do, we won't be able to go into ambush stance and possibly ambush these guys. You know what? While this is used... but then what if they kill Etchi and then take the resources? Nah, you know what? I think we attack this and kill them just because it's free money and XP and whatnot. Oh, look, remnants of this little army. Alright, this is... Okay, well, we're just gonna auto-resolve this. The line of Pterodon Riders would just kill all this. Without much trouble. Yeah, and we barely got damaged for that. And somebody did point out that we are maxed out in alignments last episode in the comments, but unfortunately we have absolutely nothing that we can spend them on right now. Everything has its alignments. So until we get those, we can't do much with them. Let's release the captives. We need a lot of cash, so might as well keep building up said cash. You are not, alas, able to go into ambush, so let's put you into channeling. Though you don't have much in the way of magic right now. And you don't have a caster either, so yeah, that's fine. Alright, stay right there. We'll see if these guys try to go for Chakwa, but honestly, we don't care if they do. It's not like we're holding it or anything like that. Sacred Pools. Do we bother upgrading you with Ulrich Aldridge here? I mean, if we take Quitax, this won't be an issue anymore, but I guess it'll remain to be seen. I'll just wait on that, I think. Might not be worth the upgrade right now, especially since it takes 8 turns. There's no way this army doesn't build up by then and probably attack us. Alright, the rest of you are looking good. I just gotta make sure that nobody's in the inappropriate stances. Let's see, you're in March Stance, and Camp Stance, and Channeling Stance. Okay, now look, everybody's fine. Let us now build the buildings, let's end the turn, and let's find some more battles. Antok, this is... It's certainly buildable, but it's a little bit on the expensive side right now. Temple Avenue of Gold, still waiting on the Geomantic Web, so not necessary right now. Qatar and such, you're kind of in the same way. No critical upgrades to be made there. Death Pass, Land of Assassins, Carrick Drawn. I guess we could upgrade you and actually build the lumber. Although at 4,000 gold. No, it's gonna take 9 turns to build. I mean, I'll just do it. It's gonna take forever to build anyway. Might as well start on it. Although I suppose if we take Iron Rock, we could at least reduce the cost by 10%. Probably not worth it. At least not worth waiting for. 8 peaks, we're just ignoring you for now because we're going to trade you away. Heart of the Jungle, you provide no real value right now, so we're just going to ignore that, and I think we'll save the rest of the cash. Yeah, alright. We'll probably need it for other stuff next turn, I'm sure. Plus, I want to go to next turn and see whether Nakai survives or comes back. Man, I wish I remembered what turn we originally found the Last Defenders, because now I don't know how long it takes Nakai to come back, but I assume that it's as long as the hero is wounded, which is, I believe, standard for I believe 8 turns, which means he should in theory return at least 8 turns from the point, there are at most rather 8 turns from the point that we found the Last Defenders, or the Defenders of the Great Plan rather, with the Last Defenders, because he hasn't been alive since that time, right? But it's all a moot point because I don't remember when it actually happened, so it would be nice. But anyway, outpost available. Yeah, that's the Defenders of the Great Plan, which we can't do anything with. Let's end the turn, and let's see if we can't move Tic Tac or Pyroxy or Gorok into a fight. And then we'll see about maneuvering Imrik into war with the Vamps as well. Xhotl. Defensive Alliance, no. How about you confederate with us instead? Though, honestly, at this point, I'm thinking that until the Last Defenders are dead, but until the Defenders of the Great Plan are dead, oh, that's gonna get confusing, until we've confederated them. So yeah, we wait until we confederate them is basically what I'm getting at. Even if Mazda Mundi or Xhotl offers, considering the fact that Nakai is about to die, or his little faction is about to die. Oh, the USAC. Oh, encountered. How the heck did we encounter the USAC? I guess by virtue of our friendliness with the Cathans. A little bit unfortunate. Kanoskir attrition, but not really. It's just his little dwarfen forces. They know that the other dwarfs are also about to get destroyed. You move forward into non-attrition territory. Dicky Dick, follow along. Chameleon, pop into, let's say, channeling stance, and then go right here. Alright, we approach these guys, and I don't see any threat from anywhere else, so we are going to take advantage of this, and hopefully destroy them when they don't realize it. Alrighty, so that looks good. Nakai, moment of truth. Is he back? No, he's not. No, he's not. Still don't see him. Oh, I guess I could have just checked if he was on the map here. Is anybody willing to confederate now? No? Mazda Mundi, man, you're down to 3 settlements. You don't even have a single province. By the looks of it, no army. And I don't think and none of your territories left is actually a capital either. So you don't have a walled settlement. You could die at any moment, Mazda. What the heck, man? Why won't you confed? Alright, well, rude, but what can you do? You cannot reach these guys who are probably going to move towards us. Alright, fine. We're gonna pop into ambush. We're gonna go right here, directly in their way. Be a little bit closer. And maybe halfway. Like so. Kind of a waste of a turn, but then we'll move to Quitax afterwards. If we can get these guys killed, which is obviously the plan. Also, while we're here, anything good? No. I'm just hoping for a nice Saurus Scarvet. Ooh, Lord Scroll is going to take the marks of the old ones, though honestly that's not necessarily a bad thing. The weaker Tehenoin is, the more likely he is to confederate. Just like the rest of them. Pyroxy. Keep marching forward. Huh, Dwarven rebels. Keep marching forward. You're across the river now. Even though your fire units may not have enjoyed it all that much. Well, actually, salamanders are aquatic, so that's not exactly true. And so are skinks. So actually, a lot of our army probably would have enjoyed that. Maybe not the dwarves. Alrighty, Tic Tac, yeah, you can't take Iron Rock, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Can you move without suffering attrition? No. But I think we have no choice. We're going to suffer attrition for a turn. Why? Because the dwarfs will take these territories. What we can do is take one of them and then trade them back for Iron Rock instead. Just so we have the entire province. I don't really care about Iron Rock, it's just that if we're keeping Black Crag and Carrick Drawn, we might as well have Iron Rock as well. Alrighty, now, you guys, do your thing. Tolex into the army. Actually, out of curiosity, 8793 will change to... 200. Actually, a little bit less. Not that much of a difference. I guess we need more Saurus to reduce their upkeep. Then Isoko, you are going to move to Kroq-Gar. And you are going to give him the Basti and the Feral Steg. And we are going to take the 2 Kroq-Gars. Yeah, I like the Kroq-Gars in here, don't get me wrong. But once again, this is the best army we have to make use of Horned Ones. And thus we probably will have to. Alright, lovely. And then you can move to transfer these to Kowal, who is down here. Kowal, move, please. And then you can move to Kowal, while Kroq march stances out. Away you go, buddy. We're going to the Dragon Isles, but Nagashazar is kind of on the way, so there's a massive amount of Skaven stacks there for Clan Carrion. So we might as well just go there and destroy them, take Nagashazar for ourselves, and then move down to the Dragon Isles. Kowal, take the Croxies, please. Well done, buddy. And then start moving out this way. We'll try to get you some fights. While Isoko, we're going to send you up to Black Crag to get a couple of Horned Ones. And, you know what? Maybe we can rebuild Furak or somebody. Or Kowal, the other Kowal. One of these little guys. Ooh, Strategist. Yeah, you could follow Kasseton. You can follow much faster than anybody else can, so yeah. We just have to figure out how many we want to build. But anyway, that'll be later. I was hoping for a fight this turn, but it looks like it'll be an admin turn this time around, but hopefully not next turn. And just gotta do 2 more things. Building check, and then hero check. I'm still not willing to waste money to mill through the heroes, but we're getting to the point where we probably will start doing so relatively shortly. Pompous Determined, no, don't like any of those. What about Skink Priests? Skyrider and Tough, I want a Skyrider of the Lord of the Heavens, and no, I don't like either of these. Alright, well, on the bright side, ending another turn might put us closer to potentially getting that confed. Lamia, you're ready for upgrades. Beautiful. More money from you. So we need the Shrine of the Old Ones, which increases money making in the province further. I definitely say that the Lizardmen economy is probably, I don't know, middling. I'd say it's a mid-tier economy. It's definitely economically not nearly as strong as Empire. Or it's not as easy to establish a strong econ as it is with Empire. Should we just start building up the geomantic pylons instead of waiting for them? Is there another thing that we need to build here? I mean, technically we want the various source buildings, we want more capacity out of the spawn pools, we want more dino capacity. There are a bunch of other things we want to build, but that doesn't change the fact that we still want the geomantic loci. Let's see how much money we have remaining after this. Yeah, this is not critical, especially since the territory doesn't make a crazy amount of cash. Temple Avenue of Gold, you're kind of in the same way, but you're not a full province, so you wouldn't benefit all that much from the geomantic locus anyway. Qatar can be leveled up. Okay, that's definitely a priority then. And we can ignore the rest of the stuff here for now. Blightwater, no money to be built. Land of Assassins, nothing that seems to need a priority. At least not right now. And I think the rest of them can, by and large, be ignored. Alright, let's build our first geomantic web building. I'd like at least one up and running. Crazy expense. Or not. Especially since the Crater of the Walking Dead is our biggest cash cow province, so we might as well build it up as much as possible anyway. Okie dokie, and I believe that's all the money we have. We've double-checked... Well, actually, I didn't double-check the other diplomacies. I only checked the ones that were Confederation-y. But it looks like none of the others matter anyway. Hans Marshall's expedition, we could peace out with them, but no. No, they're threatening Hexawatl, and while it's nice to keep Hexawatl weak right now, they're kind of pressed between 2 enemies, and I'd rather keep the Hunts Marshal weak as well. 1,000 Maws. I mean, we could temporarily peace out with them, but it'll just make these guys all dislike us. And they're not willing to offer us enough money. And one thing I do want to try out is to try to get the Golden Order to be friendlier with us. If we were to join war against, say... Well, not Argo. Oh, I don't like either of these options. Never mind. Okay, let's take a look at Imric instead. Imric, initiate diplomacy. Yeah, the dragon shall wake, yada yada. Sylvania, minus 06, I was hoping he would have started to dislike them more and become more likely to do so. Alright, it's okay. We might have to pay him off to do it anyway. Skip, end turn, and let's proceed. Let's hope that Gorok's ambush works out, but if not, it'll just allow Tic Tac or Pyroxy or... Well, it's just those two right now, but to finally get a battle going. Mazda. How's that Confed looking? Minus 17, it's not bad, but you'd think it would be much higher considering the extremely dire straits that he's currently in. And, I just remembered, are we... we might be very close to being done the Vault of Nagash. I'm kind of curious to see whether that'll actually activate the endgame scenario. Alright, trait gain, Supervisor for Isoko Rismate. Ooh, that reminds me, we need to try to get the Uranologist trait on Kroq-Gar, who doesn't currently have it. But for now, move into March stance, because you're going to Clan Carrion, who are most definitely not going to attack you. Oh, Wurzag. Oh, I like that very much. Pyroxy, you are going to go to Bitterstone Mine, channel some magic. Oh. Try not to suffer attrition. Yeah, go here. Ooh, wait. Do it in friendly territory. Like so. I doubt he's gonna attack us. He's probably gonna move either to Bitterstone or to Ekrund, but that's just fine. You can channel and get a little bit of mana, and then move to Bitterstone. Beautiful. Alright, so what the heck happened here? Oh, our ambush sort of succeeded. There's a little tiny army that we can auto-destroy here. And I did not check the... Is Nakai... Where the heck is Nakai? It's getting frustrating now. This guy's on his last legs. The Bokgok is on his last leg. Oh, Bakok, like a chicken. Lizardmen naming. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. But seriously, where the heck is Nakai? You need to come back, man. Well, nobody else still wants to confed, but damn, it's making me real nervous. Lore Masters, yada yada, that all can be ignored. Wow, the Burning Wind Nomads really want to trade. But they're gonna die in, like, a turn or two. Not sure that there's any value to this. I'd much rather trade with Yvresse or Clan Angren, to be honest. And Yvresse actually has a decent amount of settlements as well. You know what, let's try Yvresse. What if we join war against Seducers of Slaanesh? All the elves will like us for it. It's not a lot of money, but it'll establish friendlier relations with these guys, yeah. Let's do it. It is. Now I imagine, the Burning Wind Nomads still want to trade, but we want Clan Angren to trade because we want to establish friendly relations with them as well. Anyway, where are the battles? The potential battles. So, what's the best way to do this? Kanoskir, you can't reach the Black Tower of Arcan? Damn, that is quite the shame. That is indeed quite the shame. We could attack Lun Stormbreaker here. Oh, one more turn until the Vault of Nagash, eh? I do have to wonder. What is the best way to do this? Oh wow, the Pools of Despair actually has a fairly nice stack, too. I have to work through that. I guess we could attack this and this army at the same time, though I have a feeling that these guys won't fight. Although the auto-resolve might favor them. You know what? I think we'll give it a try. Battle March. Battle March. You are going to lose Mr. Duranadar. And Duranadar are going to head out here. Yes. Dicky Dick, you're going to take his place. Like so. And once again, Duranadar is the Kroq-Gar leader. Yes, yes, okay. Now, just to double check the heroes before we do so. Because I'm going to forget right after, I just know it. Uncompromising Skyrider, fleet-footed. I don't want to spend the money to mill them. Alright, now let's burn these disgusting Greybeard's prospectors to the ground. So, you are currently at war with the Beast Catches, which means we will talk to the Beast Catches, and we're gonna make a deal. Join war against the Greybeard's prospectors, and by doing this, we will not be drawing Volkmar into the fight, destroying his allies without him being able to join. Which is why I was hoping that these guys would survive. Away we go. And I know some of you advocated to leave these guys alone, but I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. It's not possible. It's physically impossible for me to leave the Greybeard's prospectors alive. Alrighty, now, Lun, let's see if you're willing to fight. Come on, fight these skinks. They're weak, I swear. Now he's gonna run. He's afraid of Chameleon. Ah, but is he gonna run far enough? No, he's not. He is not going to run far enough. You fool. Hey, you foolish fool. A Pyrrhic victory, according to this. We shall see about that. A little bit concerned about the miners, and there is a very decent amount of quarrelers on the field as well, which is going to be very concerning because, well, our Fire Leech Bolas are too limited to dish out the damage. And nonetheless, looks like a fun battle. Here we go. Alrighty, no speech today, Chameleon. A little bit unfortunate, though we do have a fairly nice visible map. What we are gonna be very concerned about, however, is the fact that this is a choke point battle. A river crossing, which I guess we could have guessed prior to the start of the battle, due to the fact that, well, we backed the enemy army off towards the river. And hey, there's a pyramid right there. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting and very, very dangerous because, damn it, if the dwarfs aren't great in a choke point. Now, the way that we're going to tackle this is obviously to try to move our flyers in and the 3 skink chiefs while they're still on pterodons. Now, granted, we don't intend to keep them on pterodons in this particular army, but in this particular situation, that might actually come in fairly handy, as hopefully they'll be able to knock down the grudge throwers with the help of the Fire Leech Bolas, and on top of that, hopefully they're not all that threatened by them. And in fact, they aren't. Now, the Chameleon Skinks and Stalkers are also going to have quite a lot of work to do. They're going to try to get behind the enemy army and wait until the enemy starts moving towards the choke, which they're currently doing, and then hit them in the back while the rest of our skinks hit them from the front. Hopefully that'll work out, though once again the dwarfs definitely still have an advantage, especially in unit type in the choke point, and even if we do manage to catch them in the river, it'll still mean that we can only hit them from the back and from the front, but we still have to contend with the fact that it'll be difficult to hit them in the sides as well, and our army is all about mobility, so yeah, we'll see. Alrighty, on the bright side though, with a few Fire Leech Bolas and a few more bombs dropped in, the enemy grudge throwers are in pretty bad shape. We are taking hits from the enemy quarrelers, mind you, but not so many that we are going to be very concerned. Looks like we'll at least be able to knock the enemy artillery out. Our main army is also going to start moving forward. We have to take advantage of the fact that the enemy is right there in the water. Maybe we can essentially force them to blob up and not be able to use too many of their better units, and hopefully leave the quarrelers unprotected as our Chameleon Skinks and Stalkers move in. Alright, down go the grudge throwers, and now we can move our pterodon riders out to head towards the quarrelers and the bigger blob of enemies. Chameleon is also moving in by himself here. Mostly because he's the fastest unit, and damn, blasting charges come in. I'm actually curious to see. It didn't really do too much damage, but we did pop Pan's Impenetrable Pelt and the Charmed Shield on Chameleon at the same time, so frankly, the AI kind of wasted their chance to dish out a lot of damage to him with all those debuffs buffs rather, countering their blasting charges and quarrelers. At least Chameleon looks like he's having fun. There's fire and water everywhere. And we got Sky there. More blasting charges coming in, and yeah, once again, the reason I wanted to move him in was to essentially stop the enemy right here before they could move further and allow the rest of our units to move in A, and B, well, obviously, we are much faster on Chameleon than we are on the Red Crest, so they are reasonably fast. Otherwise, it's time for our Chameleon Stalkers and Skinks and our regular Red Crests to move in as well, and it's time to charge those Quarrelers. The precursor weapons are let fly, and the enemy begins to burn for their trouble and are going to get hit in the back by the Stalkers. Very nice. All the while taking additional damage from our Chameleon Skinks and our Fire Leech Bolas overhead. Looks like Chameleon's right in the middle of the enemy army, and the Skinks, aquatic as they are, will also take advantage of biting in their preferred territory. Ah, come on. Ah, come on. Whereas some units struggle to fight and move in shallow water, aquatic units excel. So yeah, and there we go. Very nice for the Skinks to have this, and then we're going to trap the Dwarfs by moving our Chameleon Stalkers in behind them and not allowing them to escape this watery doom. Also, they have so much armor on them and are probably so dense from a muscular perspective, I think the Dwarfs would sink like a rock. And they could probably drown in an inch of water, once again, because of the armor. And who knows if they could get up. A little bit of lag there, but no. Was a little bit worried that that my computer would crash, but we are fine. Can dwarfs swim in the lore? I do have to wonder. I mean, on the one hand, I feel like their muscular density could be, and maybe bones, depending on if their bones are actually tougher than the human bone. And they do have ships, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they swim. Man, I'm gonna have to look this up. If we have the, well, if it's actually possible to find out. And what the heck was that? Huh. The computer lagged a little bit a couple more times, but the enemy army did suddenly shatter, and the decisive victory is ours. Beautiful. Man, this little pond or river area, river crossing, really came in handy and worked out for us here, didn't it? Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, it could be that they wouldn't be able to swim, but on the other hand, people with a lot of muscle density or a lot of muscle can swim, but they probably, well, it's by virtue of actual movement, so maybe dwarfs can swim in the sense that as long as they keep moving, they can keep their head above the water. But otherwise would sink like a rock. But anyway, I digress. This has been your random dwarf biology rant of the day. We are going to end the battle here. Obviously, we don't need to chase the enemy down because they will be destroyed. A really fun fight, though. Yeah, kind of quite different from all the other fights we've had so far. We haven't had a lot of choke point fights in this particular campaign, and I just absolutely love the fact that we got to take advantage of the Skink's aquatic trait. Alrighty, man, 3 losses. 3. I am so proud of Chameleon. He's come so far, and this is with the frickin' Skink army against the Dwarf army. I will admit I was worried for a second there. As soon as I saw that choke point battle, it got a little bit concerning, as Dwarfs, of course, thrive in choke points, but fortunately we were able to get around that with the Chameleon Skinks and Stalkers heading into the enemy. We were able to shut down the enemy artillery and then blob the enemy up in the river and destroy them from all directions. Very, very nice. We are going to take the money because we need it, even though we could heal a little bit. It's probably not worth our time. Alrighty, and please don't cross the river. Don't do— ah! Alrighty, well, not much we could do about that. I was hoping he would stay on this side, and it looks like we won't be able to cross back. I think then we're gonna pop you into— I was about to say channeling, but well, channeling will save us, what, 400 money per turn? These guys might attack us still, but honestly, I'm actually not very afraid of this army if it's Chameleon's army. This army would probably be a lot more devastating to Kanos Kir's army because, well, he lacks the he lacks a decent amount of skinks to shut down that many artillery pieces. And I guess if we attack the Pools of Despair, there's a good chance that Mr. Thick here will try to attack us, but oh well. Also, I imagine that you don't like this very much, do you? Yeah. But we have a non-aggression pact. We're just gonna hope that we can remain friends. I do wonder which factions are gonna despise us for doing this, but honestly, I don't care. Let's go move forward like this, try to cross back over the river. And if we can attack the Black Tower of Arcan afterwards, that would be nice. Alrighty, Duranadar, you can keep moving forward. And let's see what else we have. Let's see. Konoskir, you're gonna siege this and you're gonna attack it, but we'll wait on that a little bit. Close victory, yeah? Wailing Banner, we can pop it onto, I guess you. You know what, no, you're not going to be in melee, or at least less likely. Let's pop it onto one of the source units instead. Alrighty, good enough. Next up, who else can or needs to move? Isoko Rismate. Well, I was gonna have you go here, but now I'm thinking that's not necessary. I guess you could follow Kowal around, and you two could travel together for a little while. Nah, go this way together. I'll leech some XP. Keep the recovered tablet of knowledge for now, but when we start recruiting those horned ones with whatever little skink we have do it, we'll trade him the item. Alrighty, Tic Tac, you are in range of Doc Karaz. Pop you into the proper stance, and ooh, you're also in range of Beric Var. These guys probably want to take Beric Var. It's probably much more important for them to do so than to try to take Doc Karaz. So I think Tic Tac, since you can reach it, we're going to snipe Beric Var instead. They'll definitely trade Iron Rock for this. I was originally thinking maybe we trade them Beric Var for well, to Belagar in general, and then trade him like a path towards 8 Peaks, but honestly it's starting to feel like it's probably too much effort. Maybe we'll just give 8 Peaks to the Karazakarak dwarfs instead. What do you guys think? Because it feels like such a hassle to just trade a bunch of stuff to Belagar and go around like this, putting him in this weird little territory, if we even can trade him this way. I'm not sure. Either way. Tic Tac, that'll be your job. Let's see if anybody else needs to do anything. Gorok. Right, you can briefly or quickly destroy Ravares and auto-resolve. You shouldn't get hurt to fight this. It's a bunch of garbage. Yeah, and man, not being able to use all those alignments. Don't bother healing, release those captives, it's free money. Then, hopefully you're still close enough to attack these guys without them running. Oh wow, they might actually be able to escape. Well, it'll be a shame. You two leveled up, but I don't think that matters right now for us. Try to attack this, we'll see what happens. That one ran, and by the looks of it, ran way, way too far to reach. And you're probably gonna do the same. In fact, oh, you can't even go into ambush. These little armies are starting to get quite annoying, aren't they? We could just move away from them or channel or something, but because they're gonna run away from us either way, no matter what we do here. Let's go back into Astromancy, I think. There's no need to chase this army, unless it just fought and lost, but no, it doesn't look like it did. I was just wondering what happened to that Rakarth army. Are these guys actually at war with each other? No, they're not at war with each other, so even if they did get hurt, it wasn't them. And oh wow, Tehenowin. He's looking like he's gonna destroy the 1,000 Maws. They're still willing to sue for peace, but yeah. Don't do too well, Tehenowin. You're making us suffer with your success, and I don't appreciate it. Anyway, Kylok and Tlaxbach, you don't need to do anything, I guess. We can ignore the rest of that. Let's do buildings. And then we'll have Tic Tac quickly take the settlement there. Temple of the Skulls, or the Temple of Skulls. Grand Plaza, Shifting Sands. You know what? I held off on upgrading this one, I'm gonna do it right now. And next turn, we gotta have enough money to upgrade the Temple City, because that's up and available now. Alright. This, maybe not. Hello, what do we have here? Timber. And Teotiqua, you've completed your upgrade as well, which means the floating gardens, most definitely. We'll hold off on the Corral Arena, but we will build the Shrine of the Old Ones now. And then later on, I guess, the Geomantic Pylon. Temple Avenue of Gold, you need the Geomantic Pylon. Karak-Azgal about to get upgraded and will give us more money. And we'll leave, I think, the spawn pool of the Braves here. Because we do need Kroq-Gar capacity now. Ooh, we also need walls in all of these places, so let's start upgrading them. And that's going to be all of our cash. Yeah, we need a lot of cash, which is kind of problematic. Granted, a lot of our current units are in battle march stance, which is costing us, but, well, we don't have much of a choice. Anyway, tic-tac. 2 Barakvar you go. Do you want to level up a little bit? You got 2 points to spend, why not? Double points in Geomantic Sustenance. I did just say we need the money, so we can get it through that. And the Skink Priest of the Heavens. You have Scouting maxed out. Chain Lightning, Comet of Cassandora. We got a lot of decent options here. I want to put most spells at least to tier 2. And maybe reach for Arcane Conduit. Alright, let's go Earthing, and then Arcane Conduit. And then we'll do tier 2 for the other spells. And then 3 for the ones that we use a lot. Next up, I forgot to get to you, Master Scout. Casualty or Punishment is going to be more important. And then we'll go Master Scout after that for the increased movement range, especially since we can't make use of it right now. Barakvar, what do we have in terms of defenders? Not much. It's no threat. None of it's a threat. We're just going to fight this manually as fast as we can, because there's nothing they can do. This army is so ridiculous. I'm sure it will eventually run into enemies that are an actual threat to it, but for now, that's not the case, and certainly not the orcs. Oh, damn, wait. I may have just made a mistake. We'll see. I hope that I saw somebody gain the Pterodon, and I'm hoping that it wasn't the Skink Chief here, because if he did, that's gonna be a problem. But I guess we can land immediately. But still. And Skink Chief... Wait, that's a Skink Priest. No, okay, good. He's not on a Pterodon. Let's put him... He can Vanguard deploy out here, where he's safe. All of you can move forward. You're gonna be pretty critical to this. Alright, tic-tac. I mean, I guess the entire army can Vanguard deploy, so we don't really care. Tic-tac and the Assassin Coatl. 1. I'll move through this quickly as soon as I set up the groups, like so, like so. You guys can be group 3, you can be group 2, you can be group 4, you can be group 5. Good. All of you here together, like so. And group 3, like so. Alright, I think that's everybody, minus you. Mage. We are still going to need you. Alright, start deployment and start battle. Group 4 and 5 move together. And there are towers to take out, so you guys move forward. Assassin Coatl move forward. Wait until the towers are available, then go after them. There we go. Some of them will still fly over stuff. Good. Always like seeing that. Oh, don't hit each other with those, though. And be careful. Oh, there's a giant down there. And in fact, we can have the... have you guys focus the giant down. Like so. Alright, Assassin Coatl, hover around here. We need our flyers. 2 of you go target that enemy catapult. 3 of you go target the enemy range units. And you guys wait until that tower comes up and then destroy it as soon as it does. Now, and we kept a bunch of range units back there as well. Alright, 17 seconds and 16 seconds. Looks good to me. Keep destroying that, please. And 8 seconds. Alright, I'm just waiting for the towers to come up. Which is why I haven't popped it into the other view as yet. Tower is up, destroy. Tower is up, destroy. Perfect. Alright, well, I guess we can watch them swarm the towers, if nothing else. That thing's gonna be gone, and gone it is. And how are the Assassin Coatl at destroying towers? Pretty good as well. Very quick. Alright, beautiful. And... no, oh, I told them to attack the trolls and not the giant? My bad. Go here and attack the, go attack the giant. I mean, I guess one of you can attack the trolls. Might as well. Alright, how are you guys doing? Kill those archers. All of you kill those archers. And then one of you kill this unit of rock lobbers. Unless there's another unit of archers here. Oh, there's a Force Goblin Spider Rider unit here. Don't get damaged by that. In fact, I guess you guys can help them out. Alright, back to this. Honestly, for this particular army, I think I'm much more interested in field battles at this point than I am in settlement battles, so I'm kind of tempted to just speed through it a little bit. Just gonna drop some bombs to hurry this up a little bit. Alright, just want to be careful about getting our units otherwise damaged. As in, by the enemy range units, which is why we can't speed it up to max immediately, but once we've done sufficient damage, we'll be able to. There we go, drop those bombs, keep flying over, and Giant is on the way to destruction. We can also pop some spell work in here as well. You, come here. Do we have any more towers coming up? Doesn't look like it. Alright, you know what? All of you, go swarm that unit of Savage Orc Air Boys. And then Assassin Coatl, is there anything isolated and nice and killable? Not really. Not as many isolated users as we like. Oh, and wow, there's 2 giants down there. Well, either way, you guys go over here and go after this unit of Savage Orc Air Boys, and if any enemy moves in to try to help them, well, let's just say it probably won't go well for him. Alright, and I think we're nearly ready to speed this up. Just gotta make sure that the archers are destroyed. Alright, you're going in the right direction. Good. And the giants, well, no, the giants are not going to be able to move into support anyway. Alright, let's move you guys in to kill these Savage Orc Biggins. I'm a little bit concerned about that. No. I tried to drop that down on those. Don't do that. That is definitely a concern. And let's see, you, come here. Maybe use some Wind Blast or something. Or power anybody up who needs it. Not that I very much think that they do. Alright, Pterodon Swarm looking like it's going well. Riperdactyl Swarm, rather. Look like it's going reasonably well here. In fact, all of them can't land. So we can watch this a little bit. There we go. Ah, those poor archers. You just gotta make sure that the enemy don't move in to help them, which they look like they are. At the very least, the Fire Leech Bowlers should be doing okay. Man, these guys are taking a while to drop the enemy here. Oh, well, a pile of enemies. Let's drop a Renounced Thunderbolt right there. You can also drop your bomb on them. Once the cast is up, good. And then you guys have Renounced Thunderbolts as well, so let's pop those right there. And good, and then you can Wind Blast through this. It's hardly a threat to these guys. As in the Coatl. Oh wow, Tic Tac's actually taking a little bit of damage. Gotta be careful with him. Alright, how's everybody else looking? And the Biggins are still fighting, and now they're fighting our Riperdactyls, but they're not looking so happy about the whole situation anyway. And those guys are out. How's those giants? Hey, who's firing at us? How dare you? That's tremendously rude. Don't do that. And you guys go after the giants, please. Ooh, gotta be careful with this one. It's nearly out of ammo. In fact, I'm gonna move it away to where hopefully it won't drop down on other units. You guys go after that unit of boar boys. You keep going after that. There we go. And you know, I'm just gonna speed this up. The battle's nearly over anyway. No, don't fire more into that. You're gonna hurt your own units. Alright, you guys swarm. Go hit something. You guys go help out. And Tic Tacs are dropping in. Lovely. And you move here. Alright. It's not like the enemy stands a chance. I do wish that we had some form of healing, but maybe we can get Tic Tac a... well, he'll get recovery later on like everybody else will, I guess. And there we go. Just like that, the enemy is done for. Yeah, from now on, certainly against the orcs, we won't bother with big fights against them. With Tic Tac's army, mostly just going to quick through it, but on the field, we'll still watch the absolute slaughter. Though shortly the Bloody Hands will be dead and we'll have to send Tic Tac out to somewhere else, wherein we may actually encounter some threatening enemies. And we still do need to destroy Arcan, who's fighting down near Clan Angron there, so maybe we'll send him to burninate those guys, and then maybe to Skavenblight or something like that. We probably want to destroy Skaven before they get too strong anyway. Because they'll most likely sail down to us in anyways. Anyway, we are going to regular occupied rather than Luton occupied, because we're going to want to trade it at the most value that it possibly has. And oh wow, actually not a bad settlement. Horned One's Nest, Floating Gardens, yeah, this should be worth quite a lot. So just out of curiosity.
Greetings, honorable ally.
44.7, yeah, not bad. Iron Rock, really? Iron Rock is worth more than this just because of the magma caverns, or whatever they're called? They have a special building here. as I recall from my own Belegar campaign, but damn, Beric-Var is not worth it. Well, you know what, it might actually be worth it once these guys take Dog Karaz. Also, are we actually able to trade this to you? Yeah, we are. We would be able to trade it to Belegar. I'm just not sure that it's worth it, once again, because we'd have to trade... Well, actually, we'd only have to trade 1, 2... Or actually, I wonder, if we trade Beric-Var, would we immediately be able to trade Valea's Sorrow? But then there's no way to trade Iron Rock, unless we give them Ekron and stuff. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I am not entirely sure. It's just a matter of principle that I'd like to get Belegar 8 peaks, but if it can't happen, it can't happen. Anyway, with that, we're out of time. I'm gonna have to call it. Next time, we'll begin the episode by attacking the Pools of Despair with Kano's Kier, and that might be a pretty nice fight, and we have to try to avoid casualties to a degree, as we'll probably immediately get attacked afterwards by Thick Skolson. Chameleon will then move back, and then we'll quickly destroy this faction altogether. And though I imagine our human friends here won't like it very much. And then that'll be the deciding factor of whether we keep these guys around or not. If they hate us to the point of attacking us and cancel all their agreements, we'll just kill them. If they don't, well then we'll keep them around and maybe build some of their units. Though now we have access to Catha, and hopefully soon to the Golden Order, who are much stronger anyway, so it's not a big deal whether Volki survives or not. Anyway, more battles to come, and Illustria Bowl will continue for a long time yet, especially with all these armies moving around, so we'll be moving one of these guys out to help out as soon as the Greybeard's Prospectors are dead. And we'll probably build up another army there as well once we pass 10k, so anyway, stay tuned for more, don't forget to leave a like and comment, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.